Good afternoon, welcome back to the Kuya Storm channel. I'm just going to go for a little walk. Don't have an agenda, but I'm just going to talk about whatever pops into my head. I did discover a little issue with my gimbal that evidently I cannot switch cameras while I'm recording, so you'll see it cut out as I switch. So here we go, just a little walk down the road. It's a pretty sunny day for here in Washington State. It's not even the end of March. It's getting there. This week will be my birthday. I'll be turning 49. Not sure how I feel about that. Still trying to stack money so I can put together a trip later this year to go to the Philippines for the first time. It's going a little slower than I wanted it to, so that may end up pushing my trip into 2025. If that happens, then what I'm going to do is set it up so that I am in the Philippines my birthday next year, so I can celebrate my 50th birthday in the Philippines. Reasons I want to go. I've been in this area since 1995. Been through a lot of stuff. Went to sea a lot of times. Been through more than one divorce. I may or may not get into, not specifics, but general things about that later on. But I'll just say that there's a lot of good memories around here. I've been here so long, but there's also a whole lot of unhappy memories, and whether it's going to a park, going to a restaurant, basically anywhere I go, I've been here so long that there's just like a cloud of old stuff, and I don't really feel like having it around me all the time anymore, because most of it's not things that bring me up. I don't expect things in the Philippines to be rainbows and unicorns, but I believe that it'll be a lot lower stress. I've watched a lot of videos where people have said that. I've watched a video with Expensive Expat. He was interviewing Paul Old Dog New Tricks, and both of them have been on medications for this or that. Expensive Expat had been on up to 3 Xanax a day, and he moved to the Philippines and said his stress level dropped by 80% and he's totally off excuse me, all of his medication. So Daryl was on meds, totally off of them now. Old Dog said he was on 4 or 5 medications, stuff for his heart and various things, and he's off his medications. And he says I'm just panning away so I'm not recording somebody's license plate. And we'll come back around here. Some people say that their friends and family, they see videos or pictures or see them in person after they've been in the Philippines for a while, and they almost look younger. And we're back again. Looks like we got some people riding bikes down here. So anyway, since my first divorce, I've been on anti-anxiety meds, and I don't like it, but getting off of them is difficult because there's a lot of stress from life and work. And so while I don't think the Philippines is going to be perfect, it's sunny skies, different environment. Filipinos are happy, friendly people. And I just think it'll be a lot better for me Probably end up living longer, less chance of a heart attack. Will I eat better? I'd like to think I'd eat fresh fruits and vegetables and things, but I love comfort food, and I'm sure I'll be sampling out of street food, so I'll have to work on regulating myself. I'm just ready to leave this area and be somewhere that makes me happy and make new friends. Something that I learned when I lived in Hawaii on shore duty was I embraced the culture, meaning after about the first month of going to touristy places and doing the touristy things, and we had the full-on, the whole family, all five of us had the classic tourist, there goes a vehicle, Hawaiian, not only shirts but shorts that matched. And looking back on it, oh my goodness, we totally looked super duper tourist. Oh, this guy's turning around, so I'll have to turn away from him now. Here, I'll just pause it for a second. I just figured it'd be easier to either cut the video or pause it rather than trying to put a blur over somebody's stupid license plate. It'll be better if I go to a path somewhere. Now that the weather's getting better, the places around here should be opening back up. A lot of them shut down during the winter so that you don't mess up the paths, because a lot of them are just dirt and they turn into mud, and then people walking on them, you just make a mess of the path, and then it's hard to fix it back up. Anyway, I know I sound like I'm out of breath. I am a bit. The more I walk, the better I'll be doing, but I also have a bit of asthma, and I have allergies, so that affects things. Those are not my dogs, those are neighbor dogs. They think I'm pretty big and scary, but hey, they're doing their job. So I believe going to the Philippines, I'll be able to get off my medication. I will work on eating better. There's a lot of things I want to get out and do, so I'll be getting more walking in. Right now, if I work an 8-hour day, I have an hour drive on each end of that. So that makes it basically a 10-hour day, and one of these days I'll figure out how to keep the gimbal from switching modes on me. There's probably a setting I can turn on. Where was I? Off my meds, eating better, doing more things, happier environment. Filipinos are awesome, friendly people. Oh, I was saying what I learned in Hawaii. So I was saying we looked like total tourists because we had there's Hawaiian prints of shirts and things that local Hawaiians wear, and then there's the ones that the tourists buy, and it's very obvious when you're a tourist as opposed to somebody that lives there. And we didn't know that at first. We were just happy to be there and looked like total goofies. But you know, after the first month, we stopped going to the touristy places. We started finding restaurants that locals went to. We found a nice beach park on the other side of the island that was not crowded. I can tell an interesting story about that sometime if I remember. I'm pretty sure we didn't know it at the time, but we were just about a mile down the road from where they were filming Lost on the beach, because when we saw a bunch of people and buses, we didn't know about the show yet, but the next year is when it came out, or later that year when it came out, when we moved back to the States, or the mainland US. I'm pretty sure that's where they were doing the beach scenes for the TV show Lost. But we could go to that beach park, and it was nice and quiet. It was real calm for the kids. We could take our dog. We had a female black lab that was our first black lab. Ash is now my my fourth black lab. And they're by far my favorite. I've had lots of dogs. I'm all over the place with my topic, but hey, I'm trying to get used to using this stupid gimbal. And I'm trying to get used to talking to the phone and just doing this in general. So this is a work in progress. But back to what I learned in Hawaii. Local places, local foods. If we wore Hawaiian shirts and things, it was the more subdued prints that people living in Hawaii actually wear. And went through a 10-month separation when I was out there. And I won't get into that at this point. Maybe later, maybe not. But a buddy of mine, Rob, took me out to watch a band play, and he played drums, and he had made friends with this band, and we became not just fans that went to the shows, we became friends of theirs. And they'd invite us over to their house for like Super Bowl parties and birthdays and other family get-togethers. And that was a whole lot of fun. And what I found was once I had some local friends, then other locals were very accepting, because it's like you've already been vetted out, you know. And I'd go over and there'd be the aunties and stuff, and they'd have a big spread of food. Some of it was Hawaiian, some of it was Filipino, various mix, because there's a lot of, I mean, that area is in some ways more melting pot than I'm used to, because I usually am from small areas. I don't care about anybody's race whatsoever. I'm just saying that was my first experience being the minority, and learned from that they had some taco, which is octopus poke. I love ahi poke, but they were watching me put some pieces onto my plate and then try it, and then I went back for more, and they're like, "You like the kind? Taco poke?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's really good." They're like, "We ain't never seen no how they eat the kind." And after that, all those aunties, which, you know, the older ladies, I think kind of like saying ate in the Philippines, they were always very happy to have me around, and because I showed an appreciation for just for them, their food, their people, where they were at, and I embraced it. I didn't stay home in military housing and just go into touristy places with a bunch of other Navy guys and things. And I think those experiences and skills will help me when I move to the Philippines, because I already know some of the things to do to help integrate myself in the culture over there, or with the people. And I also want to do some things for the community. Expensive Expat did he dressed up as Santa Claus this last year and went to one of the schools, and it was super cool for the kids. He gave out presents, little things, and took pictures with them. And there was a bunch of the parents that came, and everybody was just all smiles. I mean, that seems to be generally the norm in the Philippines anyway. But it just seems like a real happy place, and I'm ready to get there and do my first trip, see how that goes. And really it'll just be a confirmation of what I already know, and that is that I'm going to love it there. And then I'll have people off my back saying, oh, you've never gone, you don't know how it is, it's going to be too hot or too humid, you won't like it. So really, the sooner I get the first trip done, the better, so I can just shut people up. Because I can be like, hey, been there, done it, seen some places, confirmed places I want to live, or ruled them out, find some other ones. And yeah. So I think I'll wrap it up for now. I'll say please, I'd appreciate it a lot if you'd like, share, subscribe, comment, and click the all button for notifications. Stick with me for more videos. I appreciate your patience as I get used to doing this. And thank you all very much. Have a good afternoon. Bye.